blessings, fierce butterflies. It's Coach Renee. I pray everybody is doing well on the start of this beautiful day. Listen, I wanted to come and share a project that I'm working with this morning. I've been thinking about it for days now. Couldn't hardly sleep last night. That's crazy, but go figure. But anyway, I'm finna get started on this project so I can get it out of my head and onto this canvas here. But anyway, I'm out here with my nice hot cup of coffee, all my supplies, my stained glass, my paint, my cutters, and the project that I'm about to get started on. So let me tell y'all my plan, because I always say I'm going to do something, and most of the time it don't turn out the way I say it. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But this is the plan. If it change or not, you're going to see the finished result. But anyway, one out of 50 something nieces that I have, she's always helping me out with ordering my supplies and doing all this other stuff. And so I was talking to her the other day, and she was telling me about she is getting ready to do a prayer closet. So I started thinking, you know what? Just to show my appreciation to her, let me do her something nice for a prayer closet. So I went into Dollar Tree and I picked up this cross here. And this was the original, I don't know if y'all can see that. This was the original color of the cross. And as y'all can see, I've already painted it gold. And both sides. And so my plan is to take this black paintbrush and just draw some lines, section out little spaces, and I'm going to use different color paints for each section and give it like a mosaic look. And then I'm going to take my resin and go over it to give it that nice finish. So that's my plan for that. I know it don't sound too interesting, but I think that's going to be really, really nice. And since it's a dual side, I said in case she get tired of looking at this side, she can flip it over and feel like she got a brand new cross. So this side, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my stained glass here. I'm going to use stained glass. I got all kind of broken glass here. I won't be using gold because, but I got all colors, assortment of colors here. Blues and greens and reds and oranges, and look at that, how pretty. But anyway, that's why I got my cutters here. I'm gonna use me some glass. I'm not gonna make them tiny, I don't think. I think I'm gonna make them a nice little size and place it around, put a few stones on there. I'm going to, again, go over it with my resin to give it a nice finish gloss. And then she's going to have a dual cross, one side here and one side here. So let me put a little more thought into the design and everything, and I'll see if I can capture some of it when I'm working on it. And of course, when it's all done, you all will be able to see the finished product. So give me a few minutes and let me get something started here. Alrighty, fierce butterflies, as y'all can see, I have laid my first layer. I hope y'all can see that. I'm trying to stay away from the camera. It's hot out here on the porch. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna finish it up on the inside. I do want to get my second coat of paint on here before I do go in, so I can go ahead and let this dry. But the only thing I did, I drew some lines, my design. And let me tell y'all something, I'm an amateur at what I do. I just do what I'm inspired to do. So there's no right and wrong way that I'm doing it. I'm just doing it the way I feel it. And so I took my marker, as I told you all, and just drew me some designs in there, some lines basically, and painted each section of the line. I didn't want to do paint over all the gold because I do think that the gold is a nice accent color to pop through, especially if you like burn a candle in front of it. It's going to be really nice. And so I like to call my artwork imperfectly perfect because that's the way I like it. It's coming out the way I like it. Now, of course, you know, this is a learning tool. Y'all forgive my arms and stuff, but like I say, I'm not gonna get in front of this camera. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. What I was finna tell y'all? Oh, anyway, thank you, Lord. Anyway, I also, when I'm doing these projects, I like to learn from my mishaps or mistakes or whatever you want to call them. Now, what I did when I drew the lines, I don't know if you can see it, but I put glue on top of the lines to give it like a depth. Now, if I did this project again, and I'm sure I will at some point, I would apply the glue after I do the painting. Because now when you're doing the painting, you know, you're coming on top of the glue. Thank goodness it's a cheap glue. Of course, it's from my favorite store, the Dollar Tree. And so it's not going to do any damage to the brush. Hold on. This girl have to concentrate. Yeah, I think 2 coats is all it's going to need, to be honest. Because it's drying up pretty good. Good morning and blessings, Fierce Butterflies. It's Coach Renee. I pray everybody is doing well on the start of this beautiful day. Well, I'm back out here on the porch. Thank God. It's been about 2 days now that I started this project. And I told y'all I'm making this project for my niece. And I was able to finish the first side. This side has not been touched. And that's because your girl caught a flare up. And for my new followers, a flare up is my breathing is compromised. I get fatigued and shortness of breath and all that other stuff that unfortunately goes along with the lung condition. And I think what happened is because sometimes I can put myself in unsafe positions, or sometimes I'm not as careful as I need to be. Meaning when I'm applying like glues and stuff, I should really always have on a mask. And sometimes I just get foolish. I'm going to call it that because it's just foolish to know that you can prevent something from happening and you choose not to. So with my foolishness, um, I wasn't wearing a mask while I was using the paints on this. That compromised me, as well as when I'm out here on the porch, you know, I'm out in nature, and when you go in and out of the door, mosquitoes come in. And while I'm sitting out here, I burn my candle. I forget what you call it, but it keeps the mosquitoes away. And so I think those fumes were attacking me again, not wearing a mask. And what happens is when I get a flare up, it shuts me down completely. Like in the bed, can't get nothing done, can barely move, can barely breathe, all that other stuff. So today, well, this morning, I no, I claim the day. Today, I feel well enough to get back up, and I'm out here on the porch. I've been working. Normally, I get something like this done within a few hours, but it has literally been 3 days. And I know I'm not going to finish it today. I may start it, and that's why I'm out here now, because I ordered me some uh, mosaic tiles and stuff, and I love them, but for certain projects it just does not work. And a lot of times they don't have enough of the colors that you need. For instance, oh, like this color here, blue. Love this color, and I want to, oh, excuse me, y'all. I want to incorporate this color, so I want it across the board along blue, and I meant red, and then a blue next to it. They only sent 10 of these colors, so that's not going to help me. But anyway, I'll figure it all out. I always do. But I'm out here this morning. This is about all I'm going to get done with this today, to be honest. Because although I feel a lot better, um, I can tell now that I'm going to take it easy for another day. But I did want to at least get my glass cut up. Like I said, I envisioned red along sides with a different color with that blue. So eventually I'm going to go and find me a vase with that color, or some mosaic tile, maybe at Hobby Lobby, to see if I can find this color blue to match the height and the depth of this glass here. But in the meantime, I'm just going to cut up my red tiles, and that's why I have on my gloves, just to be extra careful, because when I'm not feeling well, I'm not as strong as I normally am, and um, I kind of, and it's easy for me to get clumsy a little bit. And so on top of what I'm dealing with, I definitely don't want no bleeding and cuts. So with that being said, I'm wearing my gloves for safety measures. Well, I'm not gonna sit here on camera and do the whole glass, but I do want it to show y'all that when I work on a project and I can't find the colors that I need, I will go and get me some bases. That's so pretty, but it's gonna still be pretty when I cut it up. And I either go collect them from I invaded my sister. Them I actually got this from my sister. It was like, girl, I need that vase. Give it up. So I got this, and I'm just doing some cutting. Of course, I have my glass nippers, and you have to be careful when you're cutting glass. So always make sure you kind of like, or not kind of, always make sure you cover wherever it is you're cutting, because it can get a little dangerous and glass does fly. And so I'm just cutting it up, turning that away from me, and then I cut the big pieces, and then I just start nicking them, nicking them away. And then I just keep cutting until I break it down to a size that I want. So I can use that size, but I don't want them all a big size. So there are my two pieces there. Some of them I'll leave big to give me less work, to be honest. But most of them I won't. No, I don't like having that size. I want to cut them down again. I don't want to get lazy on the project. Good morning. Blessings, First Butterflies. It's Coach Renee. I pray everyone is feeling well on the start of this beautiful day. Listen, I am so thankful to God for his healing power. I thank God that I'm feeling so much better than I've been feeling in these last few days. My breathing has improved. I'm feeling a lot stronger. I'm not as fatigued as I have been. And so I just want to thank God for his healing power, for blessing me on this beautiful day. Because let me tell you, it was a rough couple of days, but hey, I ain't looking back. I'm going to move forward. But listen, I wanted to give y'all a quick update on my project. As y'all can see, I was able to complete the borders of the cross. I chose the colors blue and red because I just like how it looked next to each other. And those are glued down and ready to go. So this morning I'm doing the fillers inside of the cross. And I'm just picking some random colors, making green the base of those colors. So I'm going to be completing this morning. So yeah, the inside isn't glued down yet, but I'm getting ready to do that now. But I wanted to just make sure I picked out all my pieces that are going to go in there so I can just pick it up, glue it, put it back down, make the process a lot more easier for me. So yeah, like I said, I'm just picking some random colors. Y'all saw me doing a little bit cutting yesterday. Of course, the larger pieces don't apply, but this bucket here and this section here, those are the colors I'm picking from. And once I do that, I'll make sure that I give y'all the finished look.